Ladies and gentlemen, it's Christelle Martinette here, and I'm scrying for the new moon of the 17th, between the 16th and the 17th. And you'll see that I'm still coughing, so please forgive me, I'll turn my head. I'm going to start with this onyx piece. The shift that everyone has been feeling for the last 2 or 3 days, where huge changes in your life have been, surprises have fallen right in your laps, has been of different intensity for everyone. And I have to say that the surprising information that comes up is, for many of us, shocking. Comes at a moment in our life when we just don't expect it. And I'll have to shut the camera off because of coughing. And as these changes occur, we know that they're challenges. We can feel them as being challenges. And nevertheless, it's not for this reason that they feel less important or less difficult. They still are sweeping changes that are occurring in this period. And what's interesting for me to see is how everyone reacts differently to the change and to the information, to the incidents, the occurrences that take place. They say that half the battle is won when you react to an event in a certain way, and it's the way in which you react that conditions how the future development of that event will be. And I can side with this. However, when something so odd or so out of the blue occurs, that is a shock, that is a surprise, I challenge anyone to act in a matter-of-fact way. I'm sure that it would give anyone cause for concern. Now, what does occurs, and we hear, we feel it, we understand it, it's clear, it's black on white, we know what's happening. The reason behind why this occurs now, in this moment in time, is not clear to us. Excuse me. What moves us onward, for those of us, for those of you, those of us who feel compelled to stand to the challenge because you're seeing it as a challenge, you're seeing it as a moment of growth. For those of us who react in this way, it's not as other times in our lives we say, okay, this, what will not kill you will make you stronger. No, we're doing it with a sort of a bitter taste in our mouth. Okay, I will. One more time, I will try it. But you fully understand, we all fully understand the weight that this is taking for us to do. The import, the truly sweeping importance that this event, these events, these occurrences mean for us. I'm not seeing any indication as to whether we're alone or we're with people. It seems of little importance, this, and I'm talking of the 17th to the 21st, this period here, 17th to the 21st, this new moon period. I don't see us as either feeling we're alone or as if we're with other people. There's this sort of stream of consciousness that takes place, regardless. And it's always a one-on-one stream of consciousness. It's you with yourself and your awareness in relation to what is occurring to you. And the big novelty of this new moon is this awareness, the stepped up awareness, how aware we are in relation to what occurs. Stepped up awareness in relation to our past, the way we have reacted in the past. Many of us would like to, and will be falling back on our experience. The more experiences we have, the greater maturity we have. We feel that we can conquer any difficult moment, any difficult event that pops up. But it's not simply a matter of maturity here. For many, for many of us, we will have the feeling that, oh, damn, not again, not again, one more time, one more, give it to me one more time. Let's go one added step. And you're at the limit of your patience, okay? There's a limit as to how much you can take. And this period is trying you in that sense. It's going to try our patience in that sense, the limit of how much we can stand. And I say that there's safety in numbers. Not so in this new moon. The way we react is very personal, regardless of whether there are 10 of us, 3 of us, 100 of us. It's a very personal reaction, a very personal experience, what occurs these days around the new moon. We all have our little package, our little lunch bag. We're going in a single file line, one after another, down by the river with our lunch bag. This is what I'm seeing. And we seem to be going toward our fate. We know there are other people there. There are people in front of us. There are people behind us. We know that there's something we have to do. It's like work as usual. It seems like work, even if it could be a weekend. And it's a chore. You're sensing that this new moon is bringing you some bit of a chore. It's cumbersome. It's problems. Not problems per se, but it's problematic. The way you have to react to people, to situations in this new moon period. And there are a very select few of us who have prepared for this moment, in the sense of having already not done your homework, but having done inner work, whereby you come to this period knowing that sure, there will be challenges, but it's just another challenge in a long list of challenges, and I've just started. So there are many of us out there who feel this is just the beginning of a spiritual journey. This is just the beginning of spiritual growth. And for those of you who are new, in inverted commas, who are new to this type of spiritual growth or development, or a journey, we could call it a journey. And whereas there are many people who think, okay, we're going down to the river with our little box, with our little lunch box, our little snack, and are taking it as an outing, there's the vast majority, however, that it's taking it as a chore, another chore. One more, one more time we have to do it, one more time. more growth. Can I possibly learn more this full moon, this new moon period, 17th of March? Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day for those of you who celebrate that tomorrow or today, depending on where you are in the world. Can I stand to learn more? Can I bear to learn more? You know, there are growing pains that I feel, the growing pains that I see, that I sense, that we're talking about. And those of us who can remember that the light comes in many, light comes to us in many forms, in many shapes, and in many eyes. You will be blessed with being, exchanging glances with pairs of eyes that are just lovely, that are just so full of light. And the joy, you know, there's joy, the exchange of joy between people. Just the joy of being together. And that sense of, you know, being in the same boat. We're still, you know, we're here on the same, we're going through the same things. And like I said, you know, it's the way the perspective with which you see, or the lens, we can call it, the lens that you use to see what is occurring to you, or to interpret what is occurring to you, or what is taking place. It's not that things are happening to you, but that they are taking place. There's a moment here, this new moon is a moment where seeds will be planted. Not even fully aware, you're not even aware that they'll be planted. You will be speaking to someone, and you don't even get the impression that they realize, or you realize, that you are giving them some information. You know, you're giving them something that's important for their life, for their journey. And it's sort of making connections by the wayside, left and right, as you move forward in a group of people. But like I said, it doesn't have the flavor of a group of people. It has it seems like a single file row. So here we are in this row, and but you know, without really the idea of understanding where we're going. It seems like we are doing things that we traditionally would do. We, as a habit, are making our lunch and then going along with him or her or them, because they usually come with me when, okay? So that means this denotes a bit of less of an awareness, less of us being aware moment to moment and feeling exactly what we're doing in that moment. So there's an insensitivity. I feel there's a bit of insensitivity, and there's a bit of going through the motions in this period of time. The new moon is trying to shake us, and we're not having it. And the majority of us are not in a position of wanting to shift. You know, we don't want that shift. No shift for me. You know, this is out and out. Practically, I can hear it. Everyone is saying, "Stop the world, let me get off. Stop the world, let me get off." Yes, I know I have to go to the dentist. Yes, I know I have a root canal to do. Yes, I know that. Just stop the world. Just stop the world. When, however, we're able to return to our senses, literally speaking, return to our senses, and we're able to taste and to smell and to see, and the colors are vibrant. When those senses come up again, very strikingly, that's when we start to feel that there's a change. We are enacting change. We're sort of forcing ourselves as we go along to accompany changes and try not to row against the river of changes, if I could use that metaphor. We're going, it's not necessarily going with the flow, no, it's adapting when nature asks us to adapt. And when we are in that stream, of consciousness, that we can then feel as if we've changed, as if we have enacted change, as if we are not just being pulled by our noses. We are in a moment of change. It's one thing to be, to experience a tower situation where the universe takes the rug from under our feet and we fall flat on our faces. It's another thing when you know full well what is occurring and you usher in the change and adaptation takes place. In my description, it sounds subtle, but there's nothing subtle about this at all. In what's coming up in these days, from the 17th to 21st, around this period, there's anything but subtlety. Like I said in the beginning, there are sweeping changes, there are sweeping movements. The dynamism is so great that for many of us, we don't even see it. It's so fast. But we do feel the reaction. We do feel the aftermath. So most of us won't even know what hit us. I have to say, we won't even know what hit us. I wish I were a bee, a fly flying around to see some other people's experiences, just to get an idea, a glimpse of what other people, and I do, okay, with the scrying, of course I do, and with the work that I do, but being on a sidewalk cafe, and looking out and seeing life unfold before your very eyes, it's lovely. And imagining, you're imagining what is going on in people's minds at that moment. There's a tall person and there's a short person. They're walking in unison, and they are trying to walk together, and it seems that they are trying to be one. They are one, but they seem disjointed in this 5-day period, 1721. It seems that they are disjointed because of the lack of harmony in terms of how they react to certain events. Can it be, they ask, can it be that I'm pulling and you're pushing? Can it be that you are pulling and I am dragging? Why don't we try to move together? Isn't it possible that we have the same motor, the same engine? Don't you see there's something wrong here? Is what is going on in the minds of that one person that is seemingly drawn and depicted as having several parts and several souls. Yes, come on. I could hear the, yes, come on, let's move, let's get a move on. Things are changing. You don't want to lose the train, you don't want to lose the plane, you don't want to lose the bus. Come on, get with it. And there's this shuffling and sliding and going slow and wanting to go slow and wanting to feel every second of it. And the ladies and gentlemen, the excuse me, the actual difficulty in this 17 to 21 period is going to be the balancing act between the speed with which we experience events and the intensity, trying to not find a trade-off, but trying to find a harmony between the speed at which things occur and the dynamism, the actual intensity. And that will be the most challenging thing for us. I hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen. I do wish you a beautiful new moon. And until we see each other again, until we scry together again. Bye-bye. Thank you, old subscribers. Welcome, new subscribers. Namaste.